What is going on, people? Today we are back in the test server because there have been some changes made to the big boy events, the Barons, the Emperors, etc. And I don't know how this is going to translate over to the main server because the rewards and things like that in the test server are less than what you normally see in the regular server. But nonetheless, this will give us an idea of what's to come. Now, we are once again on Leisha's account, so thank you very much to her for letting us on the account so we can actually check this out. And as you guys can see right now, Emperor is going on, but if you take a look at this, Occupier number 3, it says DSN Con, right? But take a look at what else is going on. There is another Emperor going on at the same time, and Occupier is AMG the Man. Now you might be wondering, what do you mean? There's only one Emperor. There was only one Emperor. Here is what's going on, right? So when you take a look at the Emperor right here, here's what's gonna happen. The rewards, now like I said, the rewards are not the same here because they're less. So in the main server, generally what you'll do is this is gonna be the permanent reward, and then the 20-day is the one that goes away. So disregard the 10-day. That's probably gonna be like the regular one that you get to keep. But take a look at this. Second rank will get a reward. Third rank will get a reward. And 4 through 10 are also going to get a reward. Now, mind you, these are items that will go away in a couple of days, but still, in Emperor, if you place outside of number 3, you essentially got nothing. Now, if you place 4 to 10, it looks like you're going to have an Emperor item, even if it's just for a few days, it looks like you're actually going to be able to get some Emperor items. With that also being said, remember, there's multiple Emperors going on now, so it's not going to be everyone all going to the same Emperor and then just having one Emperor. Take a look at this. Home Dominion, Dominion 1. It seems that Emperors were actually split between Dominions, is what they're calling it. And it's very interesting to see like how they're actually going to implement that, because if you take a look at some of these guilds, right, it says right here, Guilds Home Dominion, Permanent Dominion, Guilds Home Kingdom 1. Which, I don't really understand how that's going to work. Like, so when it comes to grouping, are we going to be going through just dominions? So regardless if you migrate, you're still going to be in the same dominion and in the same grouping? Or is it going to be like Baron, where you're going to be grouped by kingdoms? It's very confusing how these dominions are actually going to work. And it's also confusing because, for instance, this one is a permanent dominion. You see how it says like infinite, the infinite number right there, and then number 1. But if you go to another one, let's say Kingdom 3, right? Let's see if we can pull up a guild there. Oh, okay, that's our kingdom. Let me just see right here, right? Let's take a look and see what this one says. This one says Guilds Home Kingdom 3, but I don't see any like Dominion. It's very strange. Like, I don't really understand how the Dominion is going to work. Let's go ahead and take a look at Kingdom 2. Okay, let's take a look at this one. This one, it says Permanent Home Dominion Kingdom 2. Alright, let's take a look at Kingdom 5, because I believe there's only 5 kingdoms in this server. Let's see what Kingdom 5 is showing. DNK. Alright, let's see what this shows. This one doesn't show any permanent dominion. So again, like, how do we determine dominions? How does that work? Because it's a bit confusing if you're taking a look at this. Like, look at this. Some of these don't have dominions. So I don't know. I don't know how that's going to translate to the main game, because as you guys know, whenever the groupings are done for Baron specifically, it's through like grouping kingdoms. But now, not only do you have kingdoms, it also says dominions. So let's take a look at this. Home Dominion, Dominion 1. Now, it says participating from Kingdom 5. And another thing that I'm going to show here is The Baron rewards are also going to be changing. Again, the winner here only gets a blue jewel. In the main server, you get a gold. So, again, this doesn't mean that the rewards are going to be less. It's just not the same in this kingdom. But, take a look at this. First place will probably get the gold the gold jewel in the main server. Rank 2 is going to be a purple. Rank 3 is generally 2 blues, right? And then rank 4 through 10, it only shows 1 jewel. And if I'm doing the math correctly, that means that in the main server, rank 4 through 10 are now going to be receiving 1 blue jewel each. So now if you get in the top 10, it actually matters. Because, I mean, if I'm doing the math correctly, that means that everybody that ranks is going to get a blue jewel at the bare minimum. Then second place is purple. Then the winner is gold. And so it looks like all of these, like the minions and you know, all of these things are gonna be interesting to see, especially the multiple emperors going on at once depending on your dominion. It makes it a little confusing, right? Now, what I think maybe is what's happening is that maybe the dominions don't really matter for Baron. Maybe Baron is going to stay the same. They're just going to group kingdoms. And then the dominion only will matter for Emperor. Now, as far as how you get away from permanent dominions, because obviously permanent means it won't change, I don't know how that's going to go. Like, it's a bit confusing. And unfortunately, on the update notes, it doesn't really tell us much. So you're kind of stuck guessing. It looks like there was also a change here. Yeah, so you see the passes here. Those are the same. You have the gems. That's the same. And now you have subscription that's down below. So you can actually see the subscriptions here instead of... well, actually, let me see if they are still here or not. Because the subscriptions used to be here. Oh, I guess they're still here. So I don't know why they would move it to the other one and then just keep them here. I don't know. I guess it's just ease of access, whichever is easiest for you. But... obviously, the biggest thing here is going to be the feudal and the battle royale updates for the big boys, because not only does this mean more rewards, but the biggest question mark is going to be the minions. Like, we're going to need an explanation of how that's going to work, because that can change everything. And then, of course, the multiple emperors, because as you guys know, emperor items are the most sought after items in the game. And it only really happens once every month and change. And now if it's going to happen, you know, maybe 3 or 4. Because remember, this is 5 kingdoms. And there's 2 emperors going on at once. So imagine in the main server where there's thousands of kingdoms. How many emperors are we going to have at once? Is emperor going to be the new baron where you just have 7 or 8 running around at once? I don't know. But, you know, like I mentioned, it's kind of hard to know because... it's hard to put 5 kingdoms versus thousands. And yeah, take a look at this. Kingdoms participating in this event will be separated into different dominions. So permanent dominion 1 and 2, and dominion 1 is going to be 3 to 5. So it'll be 3, 4, and 5. And I'm not really sure like how that's going to work, because one is permanent. I don't know. It's kind of weird. And when you take a look at all the information that it says here, it doesn't really give you any more information about like the minions or anything like that. So it's like, okay, I guess we're gonna have to figure it out, because yeah, I don't know what happened to districts, because districts are like the kingdoms that actually make up your baron, but now it's the minions. So it's kind of strange. Let me take a look at the rankings. Oh, I can't look at the rankings up because I'm in the battleground. But I don't think that this is gonna come out before Baron, because that's a pretty big change to just drop on people right before Baron. I could see this going live on the main server right after Baron, but quite frankly, I could also see IGG dropping this right before Baron and then just dropping it on everybody and be like, good luck, figure it out. Dominion, you know, etc. Who knows? Just figure it out what you want to do. I don't know. I guess we will see. But yeah, let me know what you guys think so far, or what you think how this is all going to shape up, because the minions, it just seems like we already have that. Why do we why do we have that now? I don't understand. But either way, once I get more information and once we get some more clarity, then I'll give you guys an update to see how it's all going to shape up. But it's bold of IGG to kind of mess with their moneymaker, you know, Barons and Emperor, etc., because that's where they make money. So maybe by rewarding everybody and by making multiple Emperors, they're hoping that more people push. And thus, if more people are pushing, more people think that they have a shot, then the more money that they make. I mean, that's probably what the direction it's probably going, right? So I guess we'll see. But either way, like I mentioned, let me know what you guys think down in the comments section below. And once again, thank you to Lisha for letting us on the account and checking this out, because this is going to be a big update for the big boys. If you're not a big boy, I don't think this really matters too much. But yeah, it's going to be a pretty big one. Yeah, appreciate you guys for coming through. And until later, bye.